drunk and you was on my mind, babe. Driving home drunk and I was thinking about us. Driving home drunk and you was on my mind, babe. Driving home drunk and I was thinking about us. Are you thinking about me? Cause I'm thinking about you. Fuck it, let me go and turn this feature off. Don't be drinking brown when you're too in love. Don't be drinking crown when you're too in love. Too much to deal with, where's the drugs? And he got me angry, I need a hug. But I'm drunk, yeah, I'm drunk, let me feel the buzz. Swerving lane to lane in my partner's truck. I'm forgetting that he got announced.
Alright, yeah, we're live. Lavoelife Sermons, your boy Bugsy Lavo. I am here with two amazing guests. We were talking a little bit before the cameras cut on, and they're already, very animated. They asked for whiskey, so you already know shit is kind of lit. Anyways, without further ado, introduce yourselves. Let them know who you are and what you do exactly.
Okay, what's up, everyone? We're Stoner Girl Diary. I'm Mari.
And I'm Biz.
Yeah.
And we are the hosts of the YouTube show where we break stoner stereotypes.
Okay, so how did this come about?
Okay, go for it, Biz.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, this came about like 2 years ago. We were just discussing, and it came about from like a YouTube page, really.
Yep.
A Facebook page. I'm sorry, not stoned yet, I promise. It was a Facebook page that I had started, basically like a Tumblr, almost a blog, posting pictures of like cute stoner gear and stuff like that, girl stoner gear.
Yeah.
And overnight, it like grew 3,000 followers out of nowhere without even trying. And
wow.
I think we just found that there was kind of like a need for this kind of page where girl stoners could be girl stoners and not sort of be placed in this little box, you know?
And so did you guys originally start it together, or?
So then once we realized we had this audience, we kind of got all together and we're like, yo, let's like do something with this audience. Let's do some kind of podcast, but like, why don't we just record it too? And then like obviously the ideas evolved and we're like, okay, well, let's do it in a bed, and like then not do it in a bed. You know what I mean? Let's record it on a bed with pillows and make it very like sleepover, very like
girls actually
night,
do.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
And then once we put out the first episode, we got great feedback, a lot of good feedback, a lot of negative feedback, but we just like the attention was great. So we're just okay, let's keep doing this. And then it's evolved to what it is now, which is like a full production where
we're not in our bedroom anymore.
We're not in our bedroom. We're in a studio now, and then it takes an entire team, and now we're on our fourth season.
Wow.
Which is really
so what was like the reception from the get-go? Because Tumblr or just social media or just internet pages can blow up, but that doesn't necessarily translate to an actual show, So how was the reception at first?
I think it was a very specific audience that started to take notice of our show. So I guess mostly when you see stoner girls online, they're very explicit pictures and like videos and like
for sure.
they're overly sexualized, which is fine. But we wanted to kind of cater to the stoner girl that was more chill and like kind of like the girl next door kind of thing, where it doesn't have to be that way. And so that was the initial thing that girls noticed. Hey, these girls are doing something cool, and I can relate to them because I'm kind of like them.
Yeah. So have you guys gotten any pushback, like from, I guess, maybe the older generation or just, other people just kind of?
No, actually. The only pushback that I ever got was from my dad, Avi, right?
Avi.
But because his concern is like, how are you going to get a job? Like, oh my God, if like people see this and they're not, that whole like stigma that parents have, I guess. But other than that, I think we film the show in such a positive light and such a cool like vibe, and they see us as like productive stoners, if you will, so they can't really say anything negative.
Do you feel like stoner girls get a bad rap? Like there's a certain stigma attached to them?
Yeah.
I think just stoners in general get a bad rep a lot of the times from the older generation, but also from like our generation. Some people don't understand that it's like a culture and not really something where you have to be unproductive and lazy. And again, that's a stereotype. That doesn't make any sense.
For sure. But even as girls, like I feel like we're definitely stereotyped. Like it's either like you are super hippie or you're overly sexualized or you don't know enough about weed, or like you
can't hold up in a blunt sesh.
Exactly.
Like there's no way. Like,
it's one of those.
Yeah. I was definitely one of those guys. I was like, stoner girl. Yeah, I was like, But like over the years, I've, it's cool. Like now it's normal, I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but it's normal. So I just look at it like it's just as the same way as a girl plays sports or, just whatever. It's like, exactly. So what are some of the, do you guys also have like any merch coming or any merch out or?
Definitely. So we are actually working on everything for the new season, which airs in September. And so we're coming out with new t-shirts for that, some limited edition ones and some just with like our logo on it, which are really cool. And we want to put together a stoner kit as well with stoner essentials catered mostly to girls.
Like what would come in these stoner, because I don't smoke, so I don't know really.
Got it. Okay.
So what is like in these stoner kits?
So definitely a grinder that's girlier,
All right,
obviously.
so
you know,
let's talk about that real quick, because I recently got educated on grinders. Like, what makes a grinder a good grinder and a shitty grinder?
Okay, a good grinder,
Good
for me
question.
personally, it has to, first of all, be able to break up the weed good, like really well.
Yeah.
Okay, one. Second, I think it needs to hold the weed really well as well. Because like you use it kind of like as a compartment as well to hold your weed, the storage.
For sure.
And then also a good pocket, I guess, for like hash, which is like when it becomes like super
dust.
granular. Yeah, the keef, like it's granulated, you know, almost dust. So those,
I think
those
metal.
are the three keys.
I like metal grinders. The plastic ones fall apart and they dull really easily too.
But I will say we have this one called Medtainer, and it's one of my favorite because it's like waterproof and it grinds, but it also holds the weed, and it's like
It's an all-in-one. It's great.
So are you guys strictly weed, or you guys also hit dab and all the other stuff too?
We did have our one dabbing episode.
Yeah, but we don't regularly dab.
I always say this, our show is not one of those shows about how much you can smoke in one sitting and how much we can hotbox a room and how long we can sit in it. No, okay, that's not. Our show is to educate the public and also the non-stoner community about what weed is and what the culture has to hold and to offer, and it's more educational than anything else. Obviously we have fun and we do little challenges like smoke bubbles and tricks and stuff.
And just teach girls also like things like weed mathematics.
Mathematics.
You know, like a lot of girls don't know
So
about
important.
that, and I feel like they feel intimidated.
What's weed mathematics?
Well, just like the different weights and like how you buy weed and stuff like that. Like
That's so fire. I need to give that to like. Actually, I can't say it on camera, but I got to give that to someone that I know, because they're always hitting me like, "Yo, how much is this?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they can also watch the episode of Stoner Girl Diary called Weed Mathematics, and they can check it out. It's pretty cool and it's easy. We explain it in a simple way.
Have you guys? Now you guys are based out of Miami, but have you guys traveled to LA or Colorado?
Not yet. Definitely, it's something in our plans. It's something that we definitely want to do.
Yeah.
But it's not yet. No.
Is weed like legal in? Is it gonna get legal in Miami? I heard something about like in Florida.
It is. It's actually medical in Florida right now. So if you do get a license from a doctor, which actually if you check out Weed Maps, it's an app that shows you all the doctors that are by you and all the dispensaries that are by you too. So I believe it's like $300 for a license, and once you get approved by your doctor, you can go to all these dispensaries. And we actually had a friend the other day show us some like THC pills that she got, and she's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, what is your guys' take on edibles? Because I've heard a lot of good things and a lot of bad
Ooh, I
things.
love this topic.
Yeah, I'm a big edible person. I love edibles. Only because like you take it and you're not inhaling that smoke. Sometimes you end up coughing. I don't like smoking the paper personally.
I definitely think
like,
it's the healthiest way besides vaping.
Okay, hold on. Let's get on that too. I got so much questions. All right. So I keep hearing about papers and then blunts. What is the difference? Which one is better?
Well, papers
Bongs.
I heard that too. I heard bongs was best.
Papers are the white ones that are like cigarette papers, and then blunt is obviously the harsher one because it's a leaf,
Like it's
so
a
you'll
leaf.
feel it more in your throat for sure. But it tastes nicer. It has a nice taste, like
And
a
it's-
tobacco would.
And I
or
also think it's
cigar.
better to share. I feel like blunts are easier to
They
share.
last
than-
longer. Papers
Okay.
will burn like this.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Does it affect
bongs.
like the smoking in a way? Like besides the taste, is it like?
I think it's a taste thing.
It's a taste thing.
and it's like a
And-
mobile thing too.
Yeah.
Like
It doesn't affect your high.
Okay, because you always used to hear like whiz and currency used to be like, no, papers because blunts are bad for you and whatever for whatever reason.
I mean, both are bad. Any paper that you're smoking on
That's
top of the
going to
weed
your
you're
lungs.
smoking is not good. That's why I like bongs, because the water that you put in the glass kind of helps like clear,
Purify,
and purify it. So it's another filtration system that it has that, for instance, a blunt or like a joint doesn't have.
Yeah.
What is like the most creative bong you guys have ever seen?
We make them on the show all the
Y'all
time.
make them?
Yeah, we have this segment called Stoner Survivor where we have to make. So the production team comes up with a bunch of materials and we have to come up with some kind of smokable apparatus.
So she'll get the same 5 materials and I'll get the same 5 materials and they'll be like, go. And we have to make, okay, Starburst. We did Starburst one
I
time.
made a little bowl out of Starburst.
That was really hard.
The melon one was awesome too.
A Pringles can.
Oh, the Pringles can. That was cool.
So there's been a couple things.
There's like little classics, you know, like the apple. Like the little can, little, you know,
the water bottle.
Yeah. Now, have you guys like, this just clicked in my head earlier. Have you guys thought about having like an app? Because in my head, I'm just thinking like all this cool shit you guys are telling me, like, I'm thinking of like, you know, Snapple facts. It'll have like little fact at the top of the cap, and like Stoner Girl facts, and like little quick, you know. There.
Stoner facts.
Like,
That's really cool. And that would be, honestly, we want to, Stoner Girl, I know both of us wanted to just live outside of YouTube as well. Like we want to definitely create this as like an entire brand and merch, you know, go out to like merch and do products and stuff like that.
Have you guys thought about doing events, or do you guys do events?
We
do events.
Like what kind of events?
So, for example, for 420, we have an all-girl 420 party.
Every year, so it's become like a tradition.
Man, the guys don't get no love.
I know, they don't.
But we're thinking about doing co-ed this year, which we've never done before, so we'll see how that goes. That's going to be fun. But so there's something so magical about having a sesh just with all girls and like...
Yo, like, when have you ever seen that? I remember like being in a circle, just a bunch of girls just passing like blunts and J's.
Blunts around.
It's insane. I've never seen that.
And this year our theme was space, outer space, so it was such a like
dope.
Trippy venue. It was really cool.
That's very dope, man. Like, what kind of following do you guys have? Because from what you guys are telling me, it sounds like you guys have kind of like a loyal cult following, like, you know. Because off the top of my head, I don't know anybody else that is doing like what y'all are doing.
We have a lot of girl fan base for sure, and we get fan art and stuff all the time, which is the best.
Yeah, we get fan art and stuff like that, but we also get a lot of guys watching the show. When we do our analytics, because obviously we study our audience, and we see that guys actually watch the show just as much as girls do. Mm-hmm. And that to me just shows that like guys are just as curious to see how real stoner girls like act and do. And
maybe it's a way into our minds, you know, that they don't often get to see. So it's cool.
So what is like your overall goal with this whole brand? Because you guys have a ton of things, you know, from just what you guys
definitely. So, we do also work for the production network that produces the show. Mm-hmm. So we all take care of individual things inside of that production company. But as far as Stoner Girl goes, definitely it's the plan is to like open maybe a dispensary one day. It's a brand. So we want to put that brand on everything and just develop like a lifestyle almost.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's something that started as like something for fun and creative. You know, it has kind of like snowballed into something, and we hopefully that it can, you know, open different doors for us. So.
And how long have you guys done this? How old is the brand?
2 years. 2 years for sure. Yeah, when we started recording it and being in front of a camera, that's when it really became serious. And once we posted the first episode, we couldn't stop.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how often do these episodes release?
So last season it was weekly. Okay. Yeah, but we were only doing 5-minute shows, so it was very short. Mm-hmm. So this season we're gonna do bi-weekly, or like 1 week yes, 1 week no, and then it's gonna be like a longer 10-minute episodes with like skits inside, and you know.
Our fans were like, we need them longer, so we're like, okay.
Yeah, our fans definitely wanted a longer episode.
Sure. Do you guys have a website, or it's just right now? It's just
we do. StonerGirlDiary.com is a thing. You can definitely check out all the episodes there, or on YouTube as well.
Now, wrapping up, what is something you guys want to leave the audience with? Whether it's, you know, just advice, or you want to vent, or you just want to plug something in, just feel free to just go.
I think, definitely for me, it's gonna sound cheesy.
Hold on, real quick. She's from Fort Myers, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, she lived there for like 2 years. So.
Yeah, I did. It was awesome. I love it.
Yeah, we claimed you. So if you love,
yes, I love it.
We'll claim you.
Hell yeah, I dig it.
Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. So I would say that if you love something and you feel passionate about something, no matter what it is, you should definitely always go for it and not be scared of other people judging you, because like they always say, if you don't have haters, you ain't popping, right?
It's true.
So like do your thing, and like even like you said before, my parents, after I came out with the show, they were like, damn, I see what you're doing. You're ahead of your time, actually. That's pretty fucking cool. So that's the best feeling in the world.
And I will second that.
Yeah,
for
right?
sure. I think like definitely doing the show has empowered me to like really kind of like pursue my dreams and pursue my creative like ideas, you know?
Yeah.
And just go for them. Because honestly, if you like them, someone else is gonna like them too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, someone's gonna be receptive to them, so just go for it.
Love it.
Now, where can people follow you, plug in all your social media,
Awesome.
website?
Thank you.
Okay, so on IG, Stoner Girl Diary, of course, and
Yep.
on Twitter, Stoner Girl Diary with a 0 for the
Instead
O.
of an O for stoner. And then, yeah, definitely YouTube is actually under HGAB Mag, which is the company that produces our show. So the YouTube channel is HGAB Mag if you want to see Stoner Girl. If not, just go to stonergirldiary.com and all the episodes are there too.
And this is your boy Bugs the Vote. I appreciate everyone for tuning in with us.
Thank
This
you.
was amazing.
Thank you for having
I
us.
learned
This
a
was
lot,
awesome.
And we're out.